Hello, people. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. We'll get really started here in a second as others arrive. I think I'm officially live now. Happy Monday. As happy as a Monday can be. I'm curious how much Mondays still matter to folks relative to how much they mattered, say, 1 year ago. What's up, guys? Andrew, Derek, Bradley. So good to have all three of you guys. What's going on? Glad you could join us. My wife recently had to start going back in way more often to her career. She'd been working from home exclusively for since the pandemic began, and it's been an interesting sort of transition back, especially when it comes to things like the Sunday scaries. Andrew, I am enjoying some Catalyst branded cherry pie weed. Catalyst being the dispensary I purchased it from, they have their own weed. They had some cherry pie. Don't know the rest of the details off my hand, but it's pretty good stuff. Blemzer, good to see you, man, and Joe Dub as well. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope your weekends were pretty chill. Anything interesting happened to anybody over these past 2 or 3 days? Anything cool, fascinating, something you want to get out? Hey, Rhode Island hiker, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Andrew Silva says, I'm sober right now because I'm at work. Good man, working sober. Well, I guess it really depends what kind of work you're doing. I'd say there's quite a bit of work you can do totally high and be just fine. But quite a bit that you can't. Well, I hope you get off soon, Andrew, and get the opportunity to relax as you would like to. Oh, well, Andrew Silva blows through that proposition by saying, as soon as the boss leaves, he's going to get blasted. Well, I hope your boss gets the hell out of Dodge soon, Andrew, so you can get the process started. I'm curious if you don't mind saying, you can be as unspecific as you want, but what kind of work do you do, Andrew, that you can take a smoke break once the boss turns his back? Kyle Davis, welcome, Kyle. Kyle, you are only 3 minutes into the stream, so late is a bit of a stretch. I'd say you're right on time, my friend. Even, I'd say you're early. We haven't even done the hello dab yet, so thanks for tuning in, man. Glad you're here. Well, apparently I'm getting some dropped frames. Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, so up in Mountain View, Andrew Silva, like the like headquarters, that is probably a pretty sweet gig. Oh, right. Yeah, everybody's working from home. Oh, Andrew, do you mind if I ask you, and this, please, you don't have to answer, I'm just curious. Are you a Facebook employee or are you a third-party contractor? Are you do you work for a security company that is contracted by Facebook, or are you like a Facebook employee security person? I'm sure it's a very different world, depending on which of those is true. Oh, Menlo Park, shit. God damn it, my NorCal geography is pretty shit. Although, I continually do not understand why we call that area of the state Northern California. It's really not. I mean, it is right in the center of the state. I mean, it's right there. Um, but I mean, California's just such a fucking long north-south state. But it's it's a bit of a misnomer to call all of San Francisco and the Bay Area NorCal. Not that you did. That was me. Okay. So you are a contractor, which not to put any words in your mouth or to suggest anything, Andrew Silva, but I'm guessing that probably sucks because you don't get all the cool. It's a artful way of Facebook dodging the ability or the responsibility of having to like pay their employees well and give them all their fun Facebook benefits. You just don't call the majority of the people that work for you employees. You call them third-party contractors. So you can still get all the starry-eyed grads coming out of fucking like Carnegie Mellon to come be your AI researchers because they think you treat your employees really well, but not really true. It is for a lot of those Silicon Valley companies. The majority of their employees are not employees at all. They're third-party contractors. Which, damn it. All right, well, it is dab time, as I had mentioned. Let's go ahead and get that started. This dab, then, Andrew Silva, is going to be for you. And it's going to be, this dab is to encourage your boss to go ahead and get the hell out of there. Very nice. Oh, that's not too bad, Andrew. They're still, at least you're still sticking it to them in some way. Christopher, sorry, I totally missed your post there, man. It said, hey, Wheats, this is not you from San Diego this time. A little tidbit for you, saw the dentist had lots of rot from weed. Dry mouth caused it now. Taking Xylamelts and is helping. Highly recommend for stoners. Whoa, Christopher, I had never heard about that. I've never heard of that before. That is very strange. Wow. Dry mouth from weed contributes to the degradation of your dental health. I had never heard that before, but I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean, all that shit's a mystery. But, thank you for the heads up. I appreciate that, man. I will look into, what is that, Xylamelts? Is that some kind of, lozenge or something you suck on for your weed dry mouth? Speaking of dry mouth. And then Christopher also makes the nice comment that I need some t-shirts. I need some stickers is what I need. Slap all those bad boys on every street light from here to Tijuana. Okay, let's tilt this camera up a bit. That's probably too much, but that's okay. I've got my sauce here, right out of the refrigerator, nice and chilled. Warming up, though. We'll start with a dab. If I can figure it out, I will try to add some in the Puffco, but it's sauce. It's hard to get out. Can do the heating method, I suppose. All right, here we go. Slide her up. So, I think I had, at some point last week, maybe made some kind of rant, an anti-nostalgia rant about, oh, you should never do things, nostalgia, blah, 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 blah. Here I am, so self-righteous. I'm self-righteous. Well, like all good self-righteous jackasses, I'm also a hypocrite, and And last week indulged in some nostalgia. The very same week I was chiding folks. I'm not sure I was chiding, but 1 second. Here we go. This is for my boy Andrew Silva. This is to tide you over until that pesky boss gets the H out of D. Nice. That was bigger than I thought. Shit. Okay. Well, shit. Well, that was a battery for a bicycle. That's not a good thing to fall. Let's move this camera back down and a little bit back up. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. 13 says, I'd buy a wheat shirts. Well, I appreciate that, 13. Maybe one day. Maybe. You know, if we ever have a reason to celebrate. Jim B. Welcome, Jim B. Jim B says, we all are. I'm not sure, Jim B, what all are we? I'm not sure I actually followed that through line, but it is very possible that we are all that. I appreciate you hanging out with us, though, Jim B. Jim B. I think of Jim Beam. Anyways, Tim, welcome, Tim, says, anyone have a lighter I can use real quick? Oh, no. The bane of stoners everywhere. The misplaced lighter. Like the lost sock in the dryer. Where the hell does it go? Where does it reside? And why does it only seem to turn up when you definitely do not need another lighter? Thankfully, I have transitioned mostly, although I just used one a moment ago. I would pass this to you, Tim, if I could turn these goddamn this goddamn physical thing into an electrical signal that you could then sort of. I think it was trying to make some kind of Star Trek thing, but I'm just gonna stop. We're nowhere near anything like that. Replicators are too scary to even comprehend. There's an amazing Stephen King short story that I loved back in whenever I read it. I cannot remember the exact title, but it is a very great Stephen King short story about a society that has like a Star Trek like teleporter system, and basically it's like it destroys all your atoms in one place and then sends all that information faster than the speed of light somewhere else, and then all those atoms are reconstituted somewhere else. However, in this universe, for whatever reason, on some incredibly rare occasions, the transmission fails for a second. Like, it doesn't instantly copy over. There's like a 1 second delay. And to that person who experiences that 1 second delay, instead of the instantaneous deconstruction and reconstruction, they experience like 100 million trillion years in just a pitch black void. That is their experience of that like second delay, is just their consciousness being alone in a pitch black void for an amount of time that the human brain can't even comprehend. And then then their consciousness eventually does come back into our reality, and then they are, of course, batshit crazy when they come back. So it's actually it's super haunting. Crazy haunting short story. I tend to think of huge, incredibly large, like terrifyingly huge numbers as terrifying. I think of very, very, very large numbers as something that is inherently quite scary. Because if you have a quantification, you can then imagine that amount of time, and like understanding that things could be measured in that amount of space, like there are not enough atoms in our brain to comprehend the number of zeros in some of the numbers that mathematicians use for all kinds of crazy theoretical mathematical chicanery. But like thinking about what that actually means, and then trying to like, I don't know, whenever I think of an incredibly large number, like a Graham's number. If you've never heard of Graham's number before and you want to just have your mind fucking blown, let me put a YouTube link for you, because it's worth it, guys. Yes, here we go. Here is, so like,
if you actually
whoops. This is an idea, like these kind of things just are, man, terrifying to contemplate. And something this large, just as an abstraction, at least to me. I promise I'd post it in chat. I think I will. Oh, buttholes. Maybe I won't. Oh, nope, I will. I think. Here we go. Here, watch some videos about maths. Where was I? Chat, something chat, hanging out. Yes, cool. Thank you, sorry about that. Antonio says, hey guys, how's everyone doing? Thanks, man. We are doing well, I hope, Antonio. I know I am. Seems like some folks are doing well. Joe Dub says, love the new layout with the rig closer to the camera. Well, thanks, man. Yeah, I tried moving at least some of this stuff closer here. Jim B says, hypocrites, in response to something I still am not sure. Excuse me. The Rhode Island hiker says it sounds like the show 12 Monkeys. Never seen the show before, but I assume it is based on the same rules as the movie. The Terry Gilliam, it's Brad Pitt and Bruce Willis, I think, is the 12 Monkeys movie. Yes, another sort of like alternate timeline. Is the show still on Rhode Island Hiker? Does the 12 Monkeys TV show still exist? I'm curious. Like, there's so many TV shows. It's unbelievable. There's so much stuff to consume. Like, if you wanted to watch the best television ever made, and that's all you wanted to do, and that's for your waking hours, and that's it, it's just like watch amazing television, you could now, without a doubt, do it indefinitely, and you would always be building a bigger backlog of stuff. Like, if you watched 16 hours of the best prestige, FX, Netflix, HBO shit from the last 20 years, plus all the new stuff coming out, you could never, you would never run out. It would just build up and up and up and up, and you just get further and further and further behind. It's astounding. I do also wonder, though, how much the coronavirus is going to be a major culling for a lot of more niche entertainment type things, especially things that require a bigger budget, like TV shows, I think we're already seeing a lot of cancellations in the traditional like cable space. I know Comedy Central is getting rid of a lot of stuff because those things are super expensive and only going to get more expensive. And if you are trying to make an incredible new TV show, it's like, how do you break through the amount of competition, both from stuff coming out right now, and then of course the insane, insurmountable amount of stuff that has already come out. It's just, sometimes it's a little intimidating. It's that analysis paralysis. You presented too many different varieties of chocolate chip cookie, so instead of indulging and eating, the chocolate chip cookie you shouldn't, you see the wall of like 50 different varieties, and you're like, well, that's too much for me right now. Maybe I won't have one. I kind of like that sometimes, where there's just like, it feels like you can't ever keep up with the glut. Anyways, Christopher says, big federal vote on weed next month. Won't pass, but a fun thought regardless. That's right, Christopher. It's going through the House, correct? Which, I actually don't know what its chances in the House are. I assume they're not zero. That they're, that there's. But I don't know. I assume there's some chance that it gets through the House. There's obviously some support there, but it doesn't matter, as you said, Christopher, because you got the big bad Senate, and they're just not going to even bring it up for a vote at all, so it's all pageantry and theatrics. I don't know how I feel about doing things like... I don't quite understand how I feel about the U.S. legislative process right now, vis-a-vis what can be, like, the Democrats seem to be trying to do a lot of stuff, but everybody, including them, most prominently them, know that none of it means anything. It's all just for show, because the Senate is never going to bring any of this stuff up for a vote, because why would they? And so why, I don't know. But what else should the U.S. House of Representatives do right now? Like, what should they do? I don't know. But I also don't know if what they should be doing is, trying to pass fake legislation that they know is just, doomed to die. Doomed never to even exist. It's a real quandary. Anyways, Sebastian K22, welcome, man. He says, the man, the myth, the legend. Well, I appreciate that. I'd like to think I'm, 1/1 of a Bruce Lee. 1/1 of a Bruce Lee toenail clipping. But, I am a bit of a brag. Rhode Island Hiker says it's had over 4 seasons, referring to 12 Monkeys. And I'm curious. I'm not the biggest Terry Gilliam fan. I think 12 Monkeys is probably the most... Well, I say that, but I really do like Brazil. Anyways, Rhode Island Hiker says, what do you watch on Netflix or Hulu? What are your go-to shows? Rhode Island Hiker, well, I try not to have go-tos. I try not to just, go back to the same stuff over and over again, but of course we all do. It's, especially right now when you need a lot of comfort food. I am rewatching, which is shameful because I've tried not to all year, but gave in. My wife and I are rewatching for the zillionth time Party Down on Hulu, although I think we own it on iTunes as well. A late aughts show about caterers in Los Angeles. And it is fantastic. It's unbelievable. You won't, if you've never seen or experienced Party Down, it's only 2 seasons, 20 episodes. You'll see faces that you'll say, holy shit, I can't believe this person was in this thing. And then you'll, of course, say at the end, holy shit, I can't believe I've never experienced Party Down. It's just a masterpiece of writing and directing and acting and an ensemble cast. It's great. But I don't know, Rhode Island Hiker, sort of, what am I watching currently? Or do I watch a lot? I don't know, man. I've been watching a lot of stuff on HBO. Like all good young folk, love a good, like, true crime, prestige documentary kind of thing, in that HBO documentary about the sex cult that Nexium, I believe, is the name of the sex cult that roped in a lot of famous folks, including most famously the star of, or one of the stars of TV's Smallville, the Superman show before every show was a superhero show. That's really cool. Who doesn't love a good true crime thing, and who doesn't also love a good story about a sex cult? Both. Check it out. It's called The Vow. That's a scattershot answer to that question, but it is one. I think it is time for another dab. It is looking like I'm having some real technical issues here. Dropped frames galore. Might have to figure those out. Let me go ahead and do this other dab first. Oh, okay. It is looking like I'm having some internet problems. Can't be a live stream without some hiccups. So I'm going to try to fix those, see whatever's going on. Maybe just a good old router reset. Who knows? I forgot to move the camera up. It do be like that sometimes. Okay, sorry guys, I'm going to take off for a little bit, see if I can't figure out what is going on with this live stream. Sorry for the interruption. Hopefully I'll be back fairly soon. I have no idea. Anyways, I hope I will have it